बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे मैकेनिज्म ऑफ सेल इंजरी के बारे में। सबसे पहली बात, मैकेनिज्म ऑफ सेल इंजरी का मतलब क्या है। इसका मतलब ये है द सेलुलर रिस्पॉन्स टू इंजूरियस स्टिमुलाई एंड इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन टाइप ऑफ इंजरी, ड्यूरेशन एंड सेवेरिटी, टाइप, स्टेटस, एडॉप्टेबिलिटी ऑफ सेल इन फंक्शनल एंड बायोकेमिकल एब्नॉर्मैलिटीज। टाइप ऑफ इंजरी, ड्यूरेशन एंड सेवेरिटी का मतलब क्या हुआ कि मतलब अगर इंजरी थोड़े टाइम के लिए है तो रिवर्सिबल होगी, अगर ज़्यादा टाइम के लिए है तो इरिवर्सिबल हो सकती है। टाइप, स्टेट एंड एडॉप्टेबिलिटी ऑफ सेल मतलब फ़र्ज़ करें एक स्केलेटल मसल है लेग का, तो वहाँ पे इस्कीमिया होगा 2 to 3 आवर्स के अंदर एंड विदाउट एनी इरिवर्सिबल इंजरी, जबकि कार्डिक मसल सेल विल डाई ओनली आफ्टर 20 to 30 मिनट। मतलब ये हुआ कि हार्ट का मसल है तो वो ज़्यादा सेंसिटिव है एज कम्पेयर टू डैट ऑफ द स्केलेटल मसल। सिमिलरली टाइप, स्टेट एंड एडॉप्टेबिलिटी ऑफ सेल का ये मतलब है कि अगर न्यूट्रिशनल स्टेटस को देखा जाए तो वो भी इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, जेनेटिकली भी इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं, डिटर्मिन डिफरेंट फैक्टर्स होते हैं जो डिटर्मिन करते हैं मेटाबॉलिक पाथवे को, दैट कैन ऑल्सो कंट्रीब्यूट टू डिफरेंस इन रिस्पॉन्स टू इंजूरियस स्टिमुलाई। फिर आता है फंक्शनल एंड बायोकेमिकल एब्नॉर्मैलिटीज। इसके अंदर डिफरेंट सेलुलर कंपोनेंट्स आते हैं। इसके अंदर माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल डैमेज आता है, इंक्रीज इंट्री ऑफ कैल्शियम आता है, मेम्ब्रेन डैमेज आता है, प्रोटीन मिसफोल्डिंग और डीएनए डैमेज आता है। रॉबिन के अंदर ये ग्राफ ड्रॉ है, नॉट अ ग्राफ मीन्स टेबल टाइप। माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल डैमेज का मतलब है कि अगर एटीपी की प्रोडक्शन कम हो जाएगी, क्योंकि माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया पावर हाउस ऑफ द सेल है, तो जब एटीपी की प्रोडक्शन कम होगी देयर वुड बी मल्टीपल डाउनस्ट्रीम इफेक्ट, देयर वुड बी लॉस ऑफ एनर्जी डिपेंडेंट सेलुलर फंक्शन, increased reactive oxygen species will lead to damage to lipid, protein and DNA. Increased entry of calcium will lead to increased mitochondrial permeability that will lead to activation of multiple cellular enzymes, as a result protein breakdown and DNA damage. और अगर मेम्ब्रेन डैमेज होगा तो इसके अंदर प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन जब डैमेज होगी तो एज अ रिजल्ट क्या होगा, देयर वुड बी लॉस ऑफ सेलुलर कंपोनेंट्स, while lysosomal membrane damage will lead to enzymatic digestion of cellular components. Protein misfolding and DNA damage will lead to activation of pro-apoptotic proteins. ठीक है, अब डिस्कस करते हैं फर्स्ट पॉइंट, दैट इज कॉल्ड डिप्लीशन ऑफ एटीपी. ATP is produced during oxidative phosphorylation of ADP, a glycolytic pathway. It causes reduced supply of oxygen and nutrients, mitochondrial damage, and toxic actions, for example, cyanide. ATP is required for membrane transport, protein synthesis, lipogenesis, and deacylation reacylation reaction. जब इंट्रासेलुलर ATP कम होगी तो एज अ रिजल्ट देयर वुड बी इस्कीमिया. Ischemia lead to decreased oxidative phosphorylation that leads to decreased ATP. As a result, there is decreased sodium pump, that is intracellular accumulation of sodium and efflux of potassium, leading to cell swelling and endoplasmic reticulum dilation. Increased anaerobic glycolysis will lead to decreased glycogen, increased lactic acid and decreased pH that lead to decreased activity of many cellular enzymes and clumping of nuclear chromatin. Influx of calcium will lead to damage to cellular components, and detachment of ribosomes will lead to reduction in protein synthesis. Second point is mitochondrial damage. Mitochondria are sensitive to many types of injurious stimuli, including hypoxia, chemical toxins, and radiations. Mitochondrial damage may result in severe biochemical abnormalities. For example, failure of oxidative phosphorylation will lead to progressive depletion of ATP, culminating in necrosis of cell. Along with that, we can see that if there is abnormal oxidative phosphorylation, it will also lead to reactive oxygen species production. Along with that, damage to mitochondria results in formation of high conductance channel in mitochondrial membrane, that is called mitochondrial permeability transition pore, and once this channel is open, it will obviously lead to loss of mitochondrial membrane potential. There would be pH change, and obviously it will further lead to decreased oxidative phosphorylation. It also releases proteins that can cause internal injury and activate a pathway of apoptosis, as you can see in the diagram. And there would be necrosis, or either there can be apoptosis, it depends. Then the third point, that mechanism that lead to cell injury is influx of calcium. Cytosolic precalcium is normally maintained by ATP dependence calcium transporter at a concentration as much as 10,000 times lower than concentration of extracellular calcium. Now when there is ischemia and there are certain toxins are produced, what would happen, that there would be increased cytosolic calcium. Initially because of release of calcium from intracellular stores, and later resulting from increased influx that crosses the plasma membrane. Influx across the plasma membrane. As you can see in the figure 2, calcium is releasing first from the mitochondria and along with the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. As a result of this, it leads to activation of cellular enzymes like phospholipase, protease, and endonuclease. All of this lead to membrane damage, nuclear damage, and ATP is there that will deplete the ATP. Increased intracellular calcium also induces the apoptosis by direct activation of caspases and by increased mitochondrial permeability. Let's talk about accumulation of oxygen-derived free radicals, that is called oxidative stress. Let's discuss the heading first. What do you mean by the term reactive oxygen species? It's a type of oxygen-derived free radical produced during mitochondrial respiration and energy generation or inflammation. Free radical are the chemical species that has single unpaired electron in an outer orbit, and oxidative stress is defined when the production of reactive oxygen species increases or the scavenging are ineffective, resulting in excess of free radicals. Reactive oxygen species are produced in three ways, either by the redox reaction. What do you mean by the term redox reaction? In this process, molecular oxygen is sequentially reduced in mitochondria by the addition of 4 electrons to generate H2O. This reaction is imperfect. Toxic metabolites are produced when oxygen is partially reduced, that is O2 negative is converted into H2O2 by superoxide dismutase. H2O2 is more stable and can cross biological membrane in the presence of metals such as Fe plus 2. H2O2 will give you O2. H2O2 is split into OH negative by Fenton's reaction, as you can see over here. Then second one is that reactive oxygen species are produced in phagocytic leukocyte, mainly neutrophil and macrophages during inflammation, as you can see over here. Reactive oxygen species are generated in phagosome and phagolysosome of leukocyte by a process called respiratory burst. In this process, phagosome membrane enzymes catalyzes the generation of superoxide, which is converted to H2O2. That is, H2O2 is converted to HOCl by the myeloperoxide that is present in leukocyte. The third mechanism is by nitric oxide. Also produced in leukocyte and other cell, it reacts with O2 negative, a highly reactive compound, and peroxynitrate is produced that causes the cell injury, as you can see over here. The generation of free radical is increased in three conditions: absorption of radiant energy, for example UV, or by enzymatic metabolism of exogenous chemical, or by inflammation. Mechanism to remove free radical is very important: by the action of superoxide dismutase, or by the action of catalase, or by the action of antioxidant vitamin E, A, and C, or by glutathione peroxidase. Glutathione peroxidase are a family of enzymes whose major function is to protect cell from oxidative damage. How it causes cell injuries? By three mechanisms. One is called as lipid peroxidation of membrane, by cross-linking and other changes in protein that cause polypeptide fragmentation, and third one is DNA damage. DNA damage leads to cell death, aging, and malignant transformation of cell. This is all from reactive oxygen species. Last point is defect in membrane permeability. Several biochemical mechanisms may contribute to membrane damage, for example, decreased phospholipid synthesis, increased phospholipid breakdown, reactive oxygen species, cytoskeletal abnormalities, a lipid breakdown product. All of these lead to mitochondrial membrane damage. How it will lead to mitochondrial membrane damage, that is by decreasing the production of ATP. Plasma membrane is damaged when there is depleted energy stores, and there is injury to lysosomal membrane. Cell die by necrosis. The sixth point is damage to DNA and protein. It leads to apoptosis, and this is all from the mechanism of cell injury.